This is Jimmy Ball then ahead of Oldham away. Jimmy, how much is it a case of once more into the breach to the players?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything's there for us. We know what we've got to do. It's pretty crystal clear. No thoughts about any other results. It's all in our hands, and that's the only thing we're focusing on.
And how do you strike the right balance between obviously wanting to win the game and keep the maths simple, between that and sort of having to be patient and, not losing it in the first 5-10 minutes?
I think that the defensive unit have shown a lot of that. They've shown enough of that to me that they've defended very, very well since I've come in, and known when to sort of ride patches out when the other team get a little bit of momentum. So I'm confident that that'll be the case. Oldham are very different the way they play. They're freewheeling. They're exciting. They go forward. They've scored a lot of goals. So we'll have to do well defensively. We really will. And all we've got to do, sort of when we've got the ball, is exactly what we've been doing, because we've created enough chances to win games comfortably. And that was the pleasing thing against Tranmere, that we took some of those chances where we hadn't before. So hopefully both ends of the pitch, or both sides of the ball, in possession and out of possession, we're in a good place.
And how much can the players grow from the triumph of beating Tranmere and getting a couple of goals, creating and converting the chances?
Yeah, listen, I think confidence is high. They seem in great spirits. They seem up for the game. They're looking forward to it, and it is a great opportunity. The Tranmere game was a fantastic win. They're a very, very good side with lots of threats, and extremely strong in all areas. But the Crawley performance still is up there for me, with one of the best I've seen in a long time. I still wonder how that game ended with no goals in it. Exeter first half was outstanding. There's been some real good signs. We're a top side. We've been at the top of the table, or around the top of the table, all season. That doesn't change. So we've just got to continue. We've just got to continue doing what these boys have done all season, and find out where that brings us out, and hopefully it brings us out on top.
And how much does it help that the pressure is probably now familiar? I mean, you've talked about 6 cup finals. Well, here's probably the last of those. Yeah,
the same pressure as the Tranmere game. Once we got beat by Barrow, which was a little kind of jolt we needed, I think, to realise what we wanted to do. And the Tranmere game was huge pressure, and tomorrow's exactly the same. But these are the games that you've got to want to play in. This is why you kick the ball around in the playground as kids. You dream about playing in a game to get in the playoffs or win the league or win the cup. You don't kick the ball around in the playground playing in a relegation fight. These are great games. Everything's there for you. Just go win. Just go play. Be brave. You leave it all out there. All those kind of cliches, but that's where we are. It's another game, another cup final. Let's go and play. Give everything you got. And hopefully we end up on top.
And how much does it help as well that you've had a full week's training to prepare for this?
Yeah, obviously that helps a lot. That hadn't happened yet. My first week was a full week, which was great. It ended up with a win against Scunthorpe, and then since then it's just been a whirlwind. But that's the league, especially in a season like this with COVID and different cancellations. It piles up at the end. You got to get through it unscathed, injury-wise. You got to get through it with all your men fit and able to fight, and then you get in the trenches and the whistle blows.
Obviously, no Ibu Adams because of suspension. How do you make up for not having his energy and his presence in midfield?
You make up for it with players who are desperate to prove a point, players who are desperate to take their opportunity. And we've got plenty of them, and they're young and they've got legs and they want to go and sort of prove a point to me, who probably hasn't played them, and so you replace someone like Ibu with someone that just as hungry, to prove a point, which is my plan.
You've touched on it already about the open style of Oldham. Crazy 4-3 game at the new lawn against them. I guess top scorers in the league, but also the leaguest defence in the league. They are the sort of team who can just allow that sort of game, aren't they? How much does that sort of just add to the sense of the occasion, the excitement, and also that you've just got to stick in there?
Yeah, it does. They're very different from what we've prepared for so far. I actually really enjoyed watching them play. But they've got threats, but they've also got areas that we hope to exploit. We have to, we've prepared them. We'll have to just execute on the day. If we do, like I've said, hopefully it brings us out on top. Because there's nothing more than this group of players deserve. They've been in the top 7 pretty much all season, and that's where they deserve to finish. But like in anything in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you earn. So they've got to go out tomorrow, play without fear, unafraid of making mistakes, be brave, be bold, and go and take what should be theirs. And it's there for the taking. They've got to win. It doesn't. If we win, nothing else matters. No one else's results matter, and that's the mentality we're going at it with. I fully expect the other 2 teams to win, so we have to win. Simple as that. So go and enjoy it. Go and handle the pressure. Go be men, and let's see what transpires. And then hopefully we've got 3 more games to play.
And with Oldham's style as it is, do you go toe to toe with them, or is it that old sort of boxing analogy of you punch a boxer or you box a puncher, depending on how you are and how they are?
Well, both sides. We've got to play with the right principles, both in and out of possession. Basically, is what I would say. I'm really happy with the defensive unit. They've shown the right mentality to deal with teams, play against really good attacks like Exeter, Crawley, and Tranmere. Played against exceptional attacking teams, and kept clean sheets, all but the last minute goal against Tranmere, which with 11 men on the pitch probably doesn't happen. So, out of possession, we've got to do the same thing as we've done. We've got to be as solid as we have been, as organised as we have been. And then in possession, we've got to be, as expansive as we have been. I've got no issues with that. The lads have had a go. We've just not done that final little piece, which is the hardest thing to do in the game, which is score a goal. But I can see signs that belief is back now. So we've got to be us. We've got to be us, and play how we play. I'll back my defensive unit and I'll back my attacking unit, and we'll see what happens.
Finally, Jimmy, injuries, how's the squad?
Squad's in good nick, same as before Tranmere. No difference. No difference at all. Same as before Tranmere. Just missing Ibu, obviously, with the suspension, but that's it. That's the only difference.
Thanks, Jimmy. Good luck.
Cheers. Thanks, Paul.
Hiya, Jimmy. You okay? It's Ash here.
I'm good, Ash.
Good man. If I'd sort of said to you when you took over for your interim period, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a defeat, I guess you would have probably snapped my hands off with that. It's been absolutely tremendous for you. How have you felt it's gone so far personally?
I would have took having to win the last game to get in the playoffs, but in hindsight, we should be there. I think we should have scored against Exeter, and we without a shadow of a doubt in my mind should have scored 1, 2, 3 or 4 against Crawley, and be comfortably in the playoffs. If not, looking to try and win tomorrow to be automatic. So in hindsight, no, but before, I'd have snapped your hand off to go. We've got to go and win our last game to get in the playoffs. I'd have took that.
Yeah. How excited are you for tomorrow, Jimmy? And how excited are the players as well?
Well, I am. I can't speak for them. I can only speak for their mood. They've been buoyant. They've been bullish. They're in great shape. They've trained great. So we've got another training session today just before we leave, where I'll finalise everything. But they've been you know, they've been in great nick, and I, for myself, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's perfect. You know what you got to do? It's all there in front of you. You've got to go and beat another group of men. You against them. Give everything you got. Don't hold anything back. Don't save yourself for anything. Go play. Go express yourself. Defend for your lives. You know, it's perfect. It's like you say. If you can't handle these kinds of games, you need to stop being around football, because these are the games you search for all season. The reason you play a season of football is to come to the end of it with a big game to play to triumph. That's why you play a season of football, and this is exactly what we got. And for me, that's perfect.
Yeah. With that said, then Jimmy, I guess this is probably the easiest team talk you're going to give this season, really. With the boys know what the carrot is at the end of the game.
Yeah, I shouldn't need to say much before the game. I don't plan on it. They know exactly what's out in front of them. They've proved to me they're good enough, both defensively and offensively. They're a good group of players, good side, great bunch of lads, and they have a dream. They know what they want to achieve. So, you know, tomorrow will be over to you boys. Go and be brave. Go be effective in what we do, and love every minute of it.
Yeah, and on the back of, it's great for you as well personally, on the back of the form they found against Tranmere, they're arriving in really good sort of rude health, aren't they?
Yeah, and that's the key. You know, you use the springboard of Tranmere to go and bounce into this game, and then, you know, hopefully, you know, please God, we get to play another couple of games at least.
Another good thing, obviously, is the fact how Josh Davison found some great form on Saturday with that lovely finish. I know you spoke about him post-match last week, but he must be going into this game full of confidence.
Yeah, he is. I think they all are. It was a great finish, really. It was a lot tighter angle than it looked from my viewpoint on the day. And he was calm, composed, executed his technique. It was very, very good. But he worked so hard in the game, which was equally as important for us. And equally as impressive. He worked his tail off, never stopped, never gave, you know, their defensive line a minute's peace. And he'll have to do the same tomorrow.
Yeah. And obviously Aaron Collins as well. I mean, you've been very pleased with him, haven't you, since you've been in charge, and he was absolutely outstanding last Saturday. Yeah,
I think he's been great for me, you know, from day one. You know, he really has. And you know, scoring goals isn't easy. You know, if it was, you know, everyone would do it. It's why there's only a handful of people in the country who do it on a regular basis. It's the hardest thing to do in football. So, you know, he's young, he's still improving, but he's kept going. The work he does for the team, I'm not sure people really recognise. He's very unselfish. He's very brave, and he got his rewards. He won a penalty, took it very cool, calm. You know, great, and then hopefully he bounces into this next game again, full of confidence and belief.
And at the other end of the pitch, defensively, you've been very sound. I noticed today that Udoko Godwin-Malife has played 43 league games this season. So for a boy that young to have played that amount of football, is hats off to him.
Well, he's a beast. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a physical specimen, mentally very, very strong, calm, composed, technically good, pace, power, aggression. He's got a massive future ahead of him, the boy. Yeah, I've been massively impressed with him, as I have been with Bailey Cargill, Stokesy, and Don Bernard and Geordie in front of him. They've been magnificent with Luke McGee as well. No faults whatsoever. You know, they've been fantastic. So extremely pleased with all of them.
Yeah, with Abu Adams not being available at the weekend, there is a space on the bench. I'm not going to mention Sean Mikulski, but does he come into your thoughts? Because
don't break the habit of a lifetime. Come on, go on.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't mentioned it, but there is a spare place on the bench now, Jimmy. Does he come into your thoughts now? I know he's been back training with you.
Sean's fit. He's trained all week. We've, like I've just said, we've got a session to go, and then I'm finalising what we're going to do. So watch this space.
Okay, good stuff. I understand you tweeted out this week you had the COVID jab. How did it go for you, the old COVID jab?
Not great, I'll be honest. No, I was, it knocked me sideways for about 24 hours. But I'm back now, fine fettle and ready to go. But yeah, it wasn't that great, but I'm good now. Thanks for asking.
Well, I'm due my second one, so that shows how old I am. I've got my second one next week. So, but yeah, there you go. Finally, just one more from me, Jimmy. It was sadly announced this week that Alan McLaughlin, who had a short spell at Forest Green, passed away. Fantastic career, played in a World Cup. Great career with Swindon, Pompey. Was he someone obviously you would have known of? Did you ever come across him in your time in football?
Yeah, I did. He was at Portsmouth when I was youth team coach there. He was the club captain. Just a wonderful human being. Great with the kids. Great with the staff. Fantastic footballer, but you know that doesn't matter. He was a wonderful human being. Nice man. Lovely family. My thoughts are with them. You know, really, really sad for me. Such a shock. Knew he was unwell. 54 years of age. You know, that's hard to fathom, really. But no, a wonderful man, wonderful family man, father, husband, which is most important, and a great football man too. Very sad.
Yeah. Thanks for those kind words, Jimmy, and all the best Saturday.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Jimmy, how much do you look to lean on slightly more experienced players for this game? The likes of Scott Wagstaff, Jordan Moore-Taylor have won promotions. Is there any sort of extra expectation on them?
I think they put it on themselves. They've been really, really good. The older lads have been really, really good. The more experienced lads have been great with just the little words in training. You know, they're not a loud group, but they've got quiet confidence and quiet leadership. Bailey Cargill's been good. As well, not screaming and shouting and not sort of banging in, you know, fist pumping and chest bumping and stuff like that, but quietly going about their job, talking to the players, calming down more than anything. And I'm extremely grateful for them for that. They've been wonderful in that respect. All the older lads have been great.
What about Jamil Matt as well? Have the injured players sort of been involved in that, passing down advice to the younger players?
Yeah, they've been around it the whole time. Jammer, Swins is back now, trained this week, trained yesterday for the first time. Great character, personality around the group. Cads is close to them. So no, that everyone's in this together. Even though they're injured, they're not isolated. They're around it. They're involved. They're traveling with us tonight. They're with us during games because it's all of us. We're all we've got. You know, and tomorrow we've got to go to someone else's ground and go and win a game of football. So I need everyone, and they're all fully involved and invested. So you know, the whole squad is a wonderful group of people, and I want them to keep them together with each other as much as possible.
I know you said that it's the same pressure as the previous 5 games, but are you one to feel nervous?
No, not really. I've been through enough in my life. You know, in and out of football to understand it. It is a game of football. It's kind of out of my hands a little bit. You've got to perform on the day. You know, and no one's going to die tomorrow. You know, we might lose a game of football, but no one's going to die. No, you know, at the end of the day, some things are bigger. I love the game. Don't get me wrong. And you know, the Bill Shankly quote of it's not a matter of life and death. It's much more important than that. You know, I can understand that too, but also you've experienced the things in your life that I've experienced. No one's going to die tomorrow. You're not going to see your mother die. You know, it's just a game of football. So let's go and give it everything we got. Let's make sure when we're on the bus leaving that ground, we're proud and we're happy with that we've given everything, and that's all you can ask. And if that's the case, we'll be okay.
Cheers, Jimmy. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Laurie. Take care.
Hi, Jimmy.
All the best, Jimmy.
Hi, Carrie.
Hello. Just a couple. Most of it's been covered, but you sort of said the last 3 weeks have been a bit of a whirlwind. But how have you enjoyed it personally? If enjoyed is the right word.
Oh no, I've loved every minute of it. I've loved every minute of it. As I said, when I took the job, I've been preparing, getting myself ready for this for a long, long time. I've had opportunities that I've not took because I didn't think I was ready, but I do now, and it's been great. I've found it quite natural and normal, and I've loved every minute of it, and hopefully it can continue. Or I get another opportunity down the line. This is what I want to do. This is where I feel most comfortable.
And what would it mean to you then to, in your first role like this, to take a team to the playoffs?
I don't. It's not really about me. That's one thing I'm conscious of not making it. Obviously, it's stuff of dreams when you want to manage that. You go, I jump into a job and take them into the playoffs. But it's about everyone who have come into the end of a really long, hard season, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time away, because it's a 24-hour day job. It's not. You don't switch off from this at all. You're in football. You're in it every minute, every day. 365 days a year. So it's for all the players, all the staff. Staff have been magnificent, every single one of them. Wezzo, Joe, Tom, both Toms, Graham, Rich, Moons, Dan Connor, they've all been magnificent, and they're all coming to the end of a long season, and they deserve something too. You got all the players, all the media guys, and Connor and all of them. There's so many people who have been at it now, hammer and tongs for a whole season, and it's about them. It's about the chairman, it's about the fans, it's about all those people. I've just jumped into the breach, and obviously it's been great, but tomorrow, if we don't win tomorrow, it'll be for nothing in my mind, because this team should be in the automatics. But if not, we go playoffs, and hopefully all those people get to see some just rewards for all of their work and all of their effort after a long season. None more so than the players, because football's a players' game. It always has been, always will be. So listen, yeah, if it happens for me, great, because it's fairy tale. If it doesn't, it's a positive, because I've learned a lot, gained some experience. I'll reflect on it all. But most importantly, it needs to happen for all these people that have been involved in this club all season, because they need some reward for all their effort they've put in.
And of course, as well as the opportunity to fight for promotion, there's also the likelihood that there'll be some fans able to come and watch the home game of the playoffs. Have you talked about that as well with any of the players?
Players are desperate for fans. It's what football is. Without them, there isn't the football, because we're playing in these empty stadiums, and we've got to get on with our job. But ultimately, football is about fans. It's about entertainment, and that's what we all do it for. So hopefully, fingers crossed, boys execute tomorrow, and we can start seeing people get back into football grounds, cheering for their football team, going through all those emotions on a Saturday afternoon or a Tuesday night that we're all fans, that we've all gone through, and hopefully that we can start to see that again would be just fantastic. And we are all doing everything we can to ensure that we can play this season with someone in this stadium in front of our fans.